Welcome back to episode number 12 of the VTX web build. I know we've went much further than we thought we were going to with this. But at this point, we're finally a year almost later, shy of just a few weeks, and we have a completed bike. So I wanted to go around and explain to you guys what was done to this to achieve this look, because I've had a ton of questions. I want to make sure that I cover everything I possibly can to answer any of those questions you guys have. So we'll start here on the front. The front of the bike, we have a stock VTX wheel that the Buchanan spoke laced twisted spokes on 2/4 with chrome nipples. It's also chrome spokes, black hoop, black hub. Powder coating on this whole thing was done by Holstein Designs. Then you move on from the wheel to the fender. The fender is running custom spacers. It's a standard FLH fender that I cut to fit and basically slammed it down on this wheel to make it look as low as possible. And then just ran the custom spacers. And then you'll notice here, this is where a lot of this starts. All of this custom chrome hardware. The onesie-twosie little details of this bike are really what sets it off. So from there we moved on up. All of the factory fork covers have all been powder coated black. We're running the Barron's axle cover on the bottom, and then obviously the fork leg lowers are powder coated black. Both front and rear rotors have been powder coated. The calipers themselves have been chrome plated. On the front we have the stock VTX headlight, which I've actually lifted just about an inch, and then just enough to be able to tuck small matching turn signals that were basically cheapos from eBay that we happened to find that had the same contour as the light. From there we move on up, running the Barron's Handlebar Adapter with a set of JP Cycles risers and Hill Country Customs 14-inch bars. As you move up a little further, you'll notice that there's all of the hand controls have all been blacked out, as well as Avon grips to match, which are also black. Along with the Hill Country Customs bars, we have Arlen Ness's slim mirrors, and it's a Kuryakin bar mount mirror adapter, so you can basically mount your mirrors anywhere you want. I know a lot of guys have asked, how were you able to mount the mirrors upside down? That's basically how we did it. Those were also powder coated black. Moving on back, you'll notice that here, this is running the Goheen Cycles Aggressor floorboard inserts that have been chrome plated. We're actually missing a few parts from this bike, a couple odds and ends that we're just going to throw in as we get them. I actually have fork caps that are going to go in here that are going to cover up this top fork bolt so you don't see it. That'll pretty much finish out the front end. And then moving on back, basically running the Goheen Cycles Ignition Relocation Kit on stock tank, stock dash. The Cobra spoke intake is what we're running on here with a set of hard chrome pipes. Also, the floorboard pans have been powder coated black with the chrome inserts, which really kind of complement one another. As you move on back, it's custom CNC low seat, as well as backyard air suspension rear air ride. Rear rotor, like I said before, has been powder coated, running a set of Shinko 777s on the front and rear for the tires, for the white walls, because I know I had a lot of guys ask me where do you get white walls that are that big, etc. They're Shinko 777s. Keep moving on back, you'll notice here's the rear caliper that's been chrome plated. Most of the chrome plated parts here are they're from Gateway Extreme Chrome. Moving on back a little further, you'll notice again chrome matching hardware basically everywhere. Like I said, the devil's in the details when you're working on stuff like this. And then we get to what really kind of sets this whole bike off is the rear fender, which is basically a stock VTX fender that's been cut off, and then we built the back of it. Running 3 little LED lights and custom dynamics curved plate, as well as you can't see from that side of the camera angle, but the final drive has been chrome, which also came from Gateway Extreme Chrome. This bike is also running the Goheen Cycles horn relocator kit. What you notice is that the cover is a little bit different on this setup. It actually has, we've removed a Harley logo. It's a Harley horn cover that I basically cut a Goheen Cycles sticker and put in the middle of it just to kind of give it just a little bit different factor so it wasn't a stock horn cover. Alright, so now that you've seen the bike sitting here, I want to show you a couple shots of it moving, kind of do a little 360 of the bike so you can kind of get an idea of what it all looks like as one big package. Like I said, this really wouldn't have been possible without a couple people. Really, the rear fender, I've worked and worked and worked on it, and you guys saw that in the previous episode. Big shout out to Jimmy Holstein at Holstein Designs. Helped me get really where I'm at with this fender. Again, all of the powder coating came from him. as well. So if you need some powder coating, you're in the Central Ohio area, or I know that he does ship stuff, so if you're looking for some powder coat work, get a hold of him. Also, Stump over at Gateway Extreme Chrome outfitted us with a lot of the chrome parts that are on here, the final drive, the brake calipers, all that stuff. And then I also want to thank Jason over at Oriana Machining. He does all of our machine work and really set a lot of these little custom parts off, the floorboard inserts, the fork caps, and then obviously you don't see them pictured here, but there is engine covers that are also going to go on there. So without further ado, we'll kind of do a little 360 on it, and we'll show you some shots of the bike riding.